spent more time working last night off stream. Sorry. But, just was in the mood and it's coming out really well. We're moving into new territory, y'all. New territory. I even got the auto eye stuff set up. So he's got some cool eyeballs now. That actually, like, I don't know, look good. Probably edit the texture a little bit. But now we're going to give him some facial hair and then some actual hair. Which I think we'll do this. It'll be something. Like a top knot kind of deal. Doing very classic, like WoW ogre vibe. That's kind of what I want to go for. Thought that would be centered. It's centered, just not symmetrical. Why don't we just do some drawings really quick, actually. I'm going to take the hair and hide it. Yeah, because I need to concept out some armor and some hair. Do both. I think a big braid with like skulls in it would be cool. Avatars, NPCs, goblins. And we'll go to Photoshop. Let's call it screen raw over. Hello, good morning, Arctic. Hello, hello. How goes it? We're doing some planning out of some hair for this guy. Oh, weird. When I zoom out, his eyes pop out. I wonder why that is. Yeah, we added a bunch of detail to him. Looking pretty freaking cool. But we're going to try out some stuff. I don't think I'll be able to go quite as fast as I initially thought with those avatars, with the AI avatars, but I think that I'll be able to go a similar pace, not the same, similar, but with making even more detailed avatars. Not bad, still wrangling Unity animations, but I really need to get my full body tracking set up running to test legs properly since I don't know if the rotation limits are correct at the moment. Well, I wish you well with those Unity anims. They are painful. Hello, Zoom. Good morning. Welcome. Definitely feeling better now. It was like the first night I actually got some normal amount of sleep. Thinking something like, you know, do a beard. You must have partied too hard. It's always a pity to get or a pain to get the FPT tracking set up and running. I haven't managed to do it alone so far, so I have to wait for the hubs to come home so you can press the calibration buttons for me. I did not enjoy setting it up. I thought it was much more difficult than I expected. It's not a good screenshot. Excuse me. Hello, Maori. Welcome. And here I am with 0 issues. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. I am doing well. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Cornfather. Welcome. The king is back. Yeah, we're having a lot of fun. I spent some time texturing this guy yesterday. I think it came out really well. Looks like a gross fantasy creature monster. He's got all these scars on his back and stuff. Need to fix up some of the baking on his toes. We also need to add fingernails and toenails. That should be pretty easy. Pretty easy. Just slap a Johnny Bravo on him. Can't go wrong with a pompadour. Can't go wrong with a pompadour. As well just draw in Blender. It's too much. Should let me pan. That's middle mouse. Do I not have a middle mouse anymore? Okay, so digital pen. This one should be so I can see it really easily. I'm thinking something like a mohawk would be cool. Now let's just do a ponytail. I'm just going to stick with what I wanted to do initially. Keep it simple. I don't want to spend too much time concepting right now. That poor orc and his Hank Hill booty. You leave Hank Hill out of this. He's a good man. He's a good man. All right. And then I don't really need hair for him. How much do I want to do this right now? At least want to see what it looks like. So I can go to hair tool and I can say set up shell hair. Something like one of these edges has to be marked sharp. Shell hair. I want curves from grid surface. There we go. And then I can tell them to align tilt. Round would be better. Big old pompadour. Let's turn down the strand width again. Turn up the amount a bit. I feel like I should be able to taper the end. Segments, select. Select last. Invert. O. Control A. Alt A. Alt S. There we go. Segments or curves. There should be a way to smooth it. Smooth. It's okay. Round. Turn down the width. Glossy hair. All right. Interesting stuff. Hello, Jack the Fox Otter. Welcome. I've skipped a bit through some of your Resonite adventures. Happy you're enjoying it and figuring stuff out. It's very fun. It is very, very fun. Right now, I'm sure if you've reviewed it, you know I've talked a lot about D&D, but we're making some good progress on making some enemies. I started this guy last afternoon, and he's already rigged, and we'll be able to get him into a Resonite later today. Very excited. Very, very excited. My workflows really kind of come together in a way I didn't expect. length. These to be like the wispy pieces. Those ones didn't come out very well, so we're gonna leave it there. Glad to hear Resonite has definitely changed the way I approach content creation for a while now. That's for sure. Okay, heck yeah. What are you using it for? Like streaming and stuff, I would assume. What we'll do is just do it one at a time. So I'll take this one, duplicate it, and hide the rest. So I can kind of move this. And but it's looks so much thicker. Back to this one. Finally, some beauty. Hello, Astrea. Welcome. Usually making gadgets / worlds. Made a game world called Cloudscape Harvest with the rest of the Hardlight team for MMC in February. Hey, that's awesome. Very cool. Well, I will have to check that out. But also actually just a general productivity tool to organize my thoughts, notes for planning systems in 3D space. I mean, there is nothing else like Resonite. As soon as I like fully realized oh shit, you can just do anything you want. You can do literally anything you want here. I was like, I'm all in. I'm all in. There ain't no limits here. Let's turn off the connected for now. So I start getting some of these other ones tucked away and looking a bit wispier. Nice, and our triangle count's pretty good. I'd love to be able to change this color though. Interesting. UV curls. Right, I can take the hair and I can give it. How do I do this again? Sam, you have some sort of videos where you make the body from scratch? I'm trying to figure out, trying to make my first avatar, and I have problems with the shoulder flow. I chose a pose. I hope good. Well, thank you. I definitely good luck with your first avatar, Astrea. When it comes to starting an avatar from scratch, I don't think I have any good videos other than the live streams that I have. So if you want to see my previous kind of workflow, you go to, and actually open this bar, Sam Detter YouTube, and you go to my lives, a little ways back, but I do have this process here. So I'll go ahead and share. Copy that right there. So it's not like as organized as a tutorial would be, but it would give you just a clear idea of what my general process is, and you can kind of see I've broken it down into like steps: sculpting, for topology, UV mapping, painting. And I'll probably come out with another video soon that kind of goes over my newer workflow, but I think both workflows are quite good. So either way, you're gonna probably get something like you're looking for there. Sometimes I'm lost in your UI. Understandable. So select all these and then do select, deselect last, invert, Alt S so we can taper the hair. These thinner chunks. Looks a little too human right now, I would say. Hello, Zru. Welcome. Welcome. We're working on an ogre right now. When I zoom out, his eyeballs pop out. Really weird. Ogres are like onions. Onions. I really just wanted to see how fast I could work with some hair, and I think this has given me some good examples. If I put some focus on this, what you were doing, I think it's most usable videos. Well, good. I should, if you're watching my videos, I do have the screen caps. I make weight painting. Thank you. Hopefully I've linked I do have a weight painting video. I do have a weight painting video. My cat's just yelling at me. What? I'm sure I've shared this before, but just in case. It's a long one. Wow, funny. Wild to look at video that's old, but I'll share that again as well. You're being so bad. You're being so bad. You want to look out the window? You want to look out this window right here? Thank you. Absolutely. One second. Wait, where is Kitty Cam? she was here for a moment, but she tends not to stay very still. So whenever we're graced by her presence, I'll try to put her on camera. fucking cool. That's so fucking cool. I love 3D work. It's so much nicer than 2D work. All right. Cool. Well, there's some simple hair setup. Looks like a fryer from the front with the hair here. Cool. And as time goes on, we'll figure out better workflows for our hair here. But this is a good spot for it right now. We're just at 80,000. I think that's reasonable. Wish it faded out a little nicer or something towards the end. And I am going to get rid of the duplicates. That's expensive. All right. So, good stuff. Very good stuff. However, we do want to. I wonder if I can just multi-res it right here. Go and save a copy. Hair added. Save. I do really wish the color looked different because it does not look great. Alpha depth UV. Hair system. Draw hair. I guess it would just come down to editing the UV file afterwards, so we'll leave that there. Okay, cool. Next, I can go ahead and delete these, I guess. Actually, no, I won't delete them. No, take these, copy them. We're gonna make a new file, delete everything in here, paste the hair in here. So we'll call this ponytail face and ponytail tail. And then we'll save these into my avatars, bases, human. It's more for bodies. So yeah, we'll do another one just for hair. Call this hair tool templates. Save. And we'll call this collection ponytail. There we go. So now we have that backed up whenever we want it again. Delete it from here. Take the hair, and it says we can bake. Do I need to bake these? Where does it say that? Hair bake. I think they're good to go. If I'm not mistaken. I just need to mesh them. So the sculpting one, the veil, that is how I start my characters. And a lot of people on Network with a lot of techniques. You can start from a cube, but I recommend starting from a sculpture if it's your first time. Because yeah, you could also look up. So a lot of times if you're looking up like VR chat tutorials, it's going to be really difficult to find stuff. But if you look up like how to make a Unity character, that might give you a lot of a really good head start, because Unity, I mean VR chat uses Unity, so this may be more what you're looking for. But yeah, I personally think sculpting is like a really nice way to start for the most part. Though I have a different method of beginning that sculpting now. All right, so we'll take the hair, parent it with empty groups, all of the front stuff. We will say head sign. And I'll even give it some influence onto this other spot. Fair. And then we'll go to here. We'll make one bone, which we'll call ponytail. Or actually, it should be CC underscore ponytail. And then we can parent with this one. Let's go from the bottom up. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Switch to 0. An important question, because I saw you using Stable Diffusion to make reference graphics, using ControlNet too, right? To make T-pose, A-pose. You have already made pose ControlNet to make side view. I'm using Stable 2 for a long time. I have used ControlNet in the past, but generally to make my poses, I just use image to image. So I just make a very simple like starting image. So I literally just paint this image, and then in the description I can say T pose or A pose or something like that, and usually it picks it up. But I like to use the image to image because it's a little bit faster, and I just mean that in terms of computation. It'll generally work with an image faster than ControlNet. For some reason, ControlNet can be very slow. Cool. Now we've got that. Use ControlNet for it because there's more generation possibilities. ControlNet's great. I used it a lot for adding textures to like hands and feet. Then that's where it really shines, in my opinion. But I did struggle having it make things that I guess it hasn't seen as much. Like it just really struggled making like goblins and stuff and ogres. That's what I wanted to make to start with. Hello, Kabar. Good morning. Welcome back. Like your workflow? Thank you. Thank you. Oh, got to combine. Ooh, interesting. Why was that? Hmm. I really shouldn't do that. I don't know what to do about that. Hmm. Gotcha. It has this offset UV and scaling here that it's doing. But that shouldn't change. If I can use Open Pose Editor to make my self-side view for ControlNet, but I'm lazy. I was looking for something already made for A pose, T pose. There's already made posts on Civet. Yeah, that one. There's also a Blender add-on that where you can pose the rig just in Blender. Very useful. How do I combine this? I guess I could keep the hair separate. Oh, interesting. Didn't expect the eyes to have a hidden part. All right. Good stuff. Do I remember the name? It should just be Blender ControlNet Rig. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Go paste that here. Oh, well, this one's paid. I swear there was a free one too. Then of course there's the actual pose editor in thing, but anyway, that's what I used in the past. Need to make sure the teeth aren't getting overwritten. I'm going to open up Substance. I would still like to give him some eyebrows, I think. Well, no. Makes him look a little bit more alien with no eyebrows. Or less familiar. Oh, we are missing the teeth. That would explain it. We'll go ahead and open up the version here. I don't think I have the mouth cavity anymore. That's fine. Up, Substance Painter, Ogre Body, Ogre, boom, boom. Back to here, mode, bake, refresh the mesh. Aha. Is it still the multi-res version? It is. So I can go ahead and overwrite these ones. Hello, Thorn, Father Wizard. Wizard Father. So yeah, I can just set this to 4. Take all this again. I'll actually rid of the eyes. Good morning, Fable. Hello. Everything's looking great. Hope your day is productive. Thank you. It's very productive so far. We're kicking butt, taking names. Oh, my nose. Ah. Wow, that hurt my nose for some reason. My day's as productive as love. That sounds like a good day then. All right, there we go. Save. Oh, actually, I want to go here and fix the toes. Because I realized that these break at higher versions. really just be these three. I have to do both sides. Oh, that's rough. Thanks, Sam, for the tools and videos. Absolutely, absolutely. Time to turn nothingness into max and spend the whole day in Blender. Now, for real, why cats so lazy, laid back, and careless? I love them. They are the best. They're living their best lives. It seems to me. I have to go back and fix this on my template as well. This is going to be just a little rough quick fix, and then for future avatars we'll make sure it's perfect. Right now this is placeholder. So it's a little messed up. Have a nice day. Same to you, Estrella. Cats up from BDE, Big Dick Energy. Wow. Francis. Wow. Spam so early. You honor me with your spam. Oh, goodness. There we go. Interesting. It should go straight across. There we go. There's some gaps that we have here. Gaps. Deleted message. I think it's this one. Yeah. There we go. And Latin, distribute, and scale up. There we go. Oh, this takes so long. Holy moly. Because it's a toe. I'm confused as to why there are some gaps on the toes. Are there actual holes in my mesh? I don't think so. No. So it is something to do with the pinning. So we'll select the border, invert that selection, deselect the ones we worked hard to save. We haven't even touched this side yet. Rough. Rough. But these are still broken. I just have to manually fix them. That must be something with the multi-resolution, because I've never experienced something like that before. All right, much cleaner. This side's still fucked though. Dang it. Gosh dang it. Be this one, and this one. Scale that up, move it down. Yeah. Awesome. Boom, boom, boom. These three. There we go. Ay, ay, ay. But once I have my template fully set up, I should be able to avoid doing this again. Should. Or at least mitigate it. At least I'll have all the pins in the right spot. And the edits, any edits I need to do after that will be much simpler. Fudge. This is messed up. Fudge. Okay, that's right. I didn't fix that one yet. Bam. Okay, and distribute. Oh, what a pain. Pin this. Distribute that. Flatten it too. Oh, I haven't even done those. Grubby toes. Sounds like something we're talking about grubbitos. Grubbitos. The toe licking supreme. Crunchwrap Supreme. Toe licking Supreme. All right. It's better. That's still not great, but it is better. So we'll send this to the main one here. Okay. We also still, I would love a better cage. Love a better cage. So add a displace. Give it the, do I have a displace group? I do. Doesn't have any values, but does exist. Wait. This displace. Shouldn't be this slow. I guess we'll make a new file. Cage. Cage. Why can't I see the displace? So I'm not even on the right fucking UV map. Or vertex group, I should say. Where is displace? All right, there we go. Now I can use this to start. Cool, much better already. So we got a little bit here on the belly. Right here, here, here. That's all quite good. Here. Should be mirroring. God damn it. Mirror. Yes, dang it. Oh, right. Funny. I actually should have the multi-res. No, the multi-res is on. I'm on the right level. Good. Hands actually look awesome. Very good. The lips are what I'm worried about. pull out any influence on the face. And give it like the smallest amount of stuff. Again, this would be easier if I just duplicated him. Gave him separate material. Go. Load, please. Bright red. Yeah. Move the displace. Switch this to. Oh, interesting. I guess when you duplicate a multi-res, it automatically sets it to the highest level. What is bro cooking? We're making an ogre, Pablo. Also, hello, Pablo. How you been doing? We started this guy last afternoon, and we already have him rigged, pretty much fully painted. He's got facial expressions. We're moving super fast with this guy, which feels super cool. We're leveling up. Developed a new workflow for this that I'm quite proud of. Uh-oh. Hello, Sky. Welcome. I've been doing good, but IDK how to make characters in Blender. Lol. The base is what I'm struggling with. Hello, Sky. Good morning. Now that I've created this new workflow, I'll be making a tutorial sometime soon, going over it. Other than that, I did just link to a video earlier. I think this is it. Do I have it open still? I do not have it open, but there are some nice tutorials. If you look up how to make a character for Unity, like how to make a video game character for Unity, usually you're going to find some good Blender tutorials. So that might be a good starting point for today if you're looking to like just hop into it immediately. I make layered Roblox clothes, but yeah, it'd be cool for me to learn how to hand paint and make characters. It's fun stuff. It's addicting. Just careful. Watch out. You'll be addicted. If you aren't already. Bum, bum, bum. Feels so hard to stick to a new thing. Hey, I relate to that. I would just say make sure you're working on something that's bite-sized and fun. Those are the most important qualities of like getting into the grind. Those ones are fine, so we're good. Save. bake again. Much better bake. Look at my ogre. Behold! Ogre. Oh, the teeth baked really poorly. Okay, so we'll have to redo the teeth here. Um, oh, funny. Right, they all have a displaced group anyway. I think actually this is the only one that does not have anything. Okay, it's the cage once again. Save. All right, much better. Come on. The agony of waiting on a message on Twitter, only to not know if the message request is the one you're waiting for or a random bot. Oh, his throat's still fucked up. At least he's got teeth now. His teeth are probably a little too nice for ogre teeth. A little too clean. A little too clean machine. Very, very good with brushing. That is true. He could be. feel like this should have included this from the start. He's got a lot of bones to pick his teeth clean. Fee fi fo fum. What? Okay. Interesting. Maybe I have this gradient on the wrong side of the mouth. No, that's correct. So that means that I didn't export it? I thought I just did. Ogre scary. There we go. And Gillette. That's rude. So now that we've done that and we've isolated everything, I would like to make his teeth look gross. So I'm gonna go up here and mess around with that. Tried making Roblox stuff, but it's too hard. I managed to make VR chat stuff, but not Roblox. Oh, and hi, Sam. Hello, Brian. Welcome. Welcome back. Well, that's good. I think, I don't know much about Roblox. Maybe Pablo could help you if you're trying to do certain things. Pablo has more experience with Roblox than I do. I think that looks pretty good. We'll do something like that. And then some cavities of some sort. Is there something specific you're trying to make, Brian? There we go. Just a little bit of tint. Make him look a little crunchy. A little crunchy. Okay. I will have to stop working on this guy in a little bit, so I know I could keep going. But I would like to start making armor for the goblins and the ogre. Oh. But we may not have time for that. Because I want to get into Resonite and start doing some combat testing, like testing how combat's going to go. But dang, it's so much fun to work on these guys. In fact, I would want to. Making anything in Roblox is hard for me. I tried following tutorials and it just didn't work. That and making characters, trying to get the bones right, and then adding it to Roblox Studio. It's a lot of work. It is a lot of work. I would go easy on yourself because things are 3D stuff like this is challenging. It's not easy. You know. But the fact that you're trying it and giving it a shot, you know, that's already, you should feel proud of that. Wanting to do it, still, most important part. Have you started testing combat? Not yet. Not yet. I want to, though. Badly. Wow, the toes are still fucked up. Right, that's because this model has the old UV maps for the toes. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, he's gonna have messed up toes. Characters and textures are actually hard to adapt for Studio. But no, I have not tested combat just yet, Sky. Should be pretty simple. I was hoping to get some placeholder characters or creatures in first, and so that's why we're working on these guys. Because I've got this ogre, and then we'll do a goblin as well. I take a swing at this guy in combat. Here's my little gobbo. Proud of him. I'm proud of that guy. I'm so proud of this little guy. I should have the option to make an auto eye. Where is it? I wonder why it got disabled. Mew. And things are getting really fun now. Like, it's interesting to reach this point where it's just like I feel like I'm just playing. Like I'm not actually. I'm just like farting around and having fun. That's really cool to feel. One-eyed goblin. That's a nothing. I'll likely be in Resnight in a half hour myself. If you have any questions about Protoflux or similar, I wouldn't mind jumping in and explaining some stuff. Well, I appreciate that, Jack. I could see. Hopefully, we'll be in very soon, but my timeline will probably be a bit flexible because usually I end up getting sucked into something else. But go ahead and add me on a Resonite. It should just be Sam Dutter as my username. No spaces. I don't think there's any caps either. It should just be Sam Dutter. And or DM me your Discord and I'll reach out to you because I certainly have a lot of questions about Protoflux. I have a lot of questions, but let me go ahead and I will copy a Discord link for my Discord server, and I'll just drop that in chat. So if you want to jump in, add me. I would really appreciate that because so many questions. So many. Oops. Luckily, I do know a thing or two about it. Good. Exciting. I have so many things I want to do. So many things. Okay, but I gotta. Yeah, one thing at a time. And I'm gonna make a new folder for Goblin. Poyomi V. What is Resonite? Resonite is an alternative to VR chat, or it's better to say that it's trying to be like a VR social platform similar to VR chat. There's a few pieces of software in the space like Chill Out and other ones. But Resonite's very interesting in that you can create and script things and change the worlds that you're in all while you're in the world with your friends. So instead of like going to Unity and working on stuff and then having to re-upload your world, you can just go straight into Resonite, make all the edits you want, make the logic you want, everything while you're in there, even upload and share assets while your buddies are hanging out there. That is, and to me, that really feels like the future. And I think what's going to enable. Sorry, I shouldn't talk while that's exporting because it'll interrupt my stuff. But anyway, super interesting. Highly recommend checking it out. And I'll be trying to get more and more people to come in and hang out in Resonite as well. Thing made for rigging faces. That's Face It. There's so many pieces of software out there, Pablo. It's too much. It's too much to keep track of. Substance Painter, Goblin Body. Oh, I really shouldn't have exported into this, but that's okay. Bam. Go to emission, get rid of that. Transmission, don't need it. We do want smoothness. And we want to put the smoothness here, invert color, drop it into the roughness. So now we've got a better idea of what we're actually working with on our character. He looks pretty good. That looks like a Gabo, right? Good old Gabo. And I'm actually going to go ahead and close that one. Like like this, and then split here. Open up my material editor. Okay. It's just this big vertical list, so I'd rather Jupilary. Well, it sounds like the ultimate place to collab with other Blender masters. There's a lot to be excited about in that space, and it's really it's super exciting to me because there's so many things that like I want to do in VR chat that I've realized now just are not possible, or you're gonna have to wait years and years in order for it to be feasible. Resonite is a bit of a paradigm shift as a unique approach to networking. Instead of making a scene and explicitly defining what you want to be synchronized, everything is synced by default. Excuse me. It's like a big wet eyeball. Gross. I love it. Big old wet eyeball. Everything is built on top of that principle. So all menus, tools, and features are built on top of that architecture. We're going to add a template flat here. Call this shadow. And we'll add a generator. Generator will be for ambient occlusion. This will be black. We'll invert it. So we get nice dark colors there. I think we already have. Never mind, we'll get rid of that. But I will add a paint layer. I'm going to go in and get this nostril filled in. Then we'll blur it, smudge it around a little. All right. Then I do want the ear to be a bit darker, so like that. I don't have the teeth. I'm missing teeth. Oh, okay, so much to do. Let me get my sketchbook. Actually gonna get a new sketchbook because I finished this one. Be right back. Resonant can see other content of my folders. Can others see content of my folders of menu? No. Only if they're like screen sharing, but not in an interactable way. It's only going to get crazier and crazier. I need to finish this other website so I get started. Start talking about all this stuff. By the way, it's all safe work stuff. Now we know Sam lives next to a brick house, y'all. Bust out the Google Maps. If you open your main Resonate menu, people won't see it when streaming, depending on how you set it up. They will. I believe there is an option to make your UI visible to others when it comes to the dashboard. Oh, interesting. That'd actually be useful sometimes. Yeah, if I ever had to share assets with people, that would be nice. Okay, so let me just clearing up the sketchbook here, so we can start making a list of stuff to do. Because my general thought for these characters is to make them armor, bone armor, so they'll be like ragtag, leather scraps, handcrafted, just like, you know, typical goblin stuff. But make it kind of modular so we can, especially for the big ogre, make like a bunch of like a necklace of skulls or something like that. So oh cool. Sam, for sharing assets, you can also just make your folder public. Not everything just a folder you put on public. I will be doing that because I want to start making D&D tools and sharing them with everyone. Others can't see your dashboard, but you have an option to make it visible to the streaming camera. So if your inventory, that's yours, you can share individual folders of it. You can then just drop the folder by others. They can save it, won't take up space, saves a reference to your public folder. Ooh. Yeah, that's why I like Resonate. Efficiency. I love Resonate. All right, 2024, 0425, that's today. So we're going to make goblin armor. These are long-term goals. I don't think we'll finish the armor today. I'd rather get into Resonate, start doing some combat this afternoon, because that'd be really fun. I'm gonna finish school, so I might have time to help with some assets. Well, thank you, Sky. I appreciate that. Yeah, a lot of people have been contributing, and I super appreciate it, everyone. I think as we move forward, I'm gonna start trying to be more specific about the things I'll want, especially for environment stuff, because I think that will be where there's an endless amount of work. You know, grass and rocks and trees and buildings and stuff. Those will be the kinds of things I'd like to work on. So combat test, and then I do need to figure out how hair tool ? So I still have some questions about that. And then, yay! One person showed up from 26, so I told him he can also go home early. Oh man, rough. Well, at least it's over. Goblin, hello, Henry Fury. Furry. Yes, indeed, we're working on a goblin. We just finished him today. Or sort of. We're working on him today. He's not done. Not done. But we're getting him made. We're going to give him some skin texture in a second because he needs it. He requires it. I would like to add some simple scars and stuff. Let's open the ogre file. And then we'll extract some of the scars and burns and a few of the other things I've used to make them. Oh yeah, and the tattoo layer. I do really like how the tattoo came out. Those came out pretty well. Clean up VR avatars or game stuff or both together. The goal is to be doing D&D in Resonate in just either starting today or tomorrow of doing some combat. And the goal with the stream and what I'm doing is just to push that as far as we can. Nipple tattoo. Nipple. Yeah, he came out well. Hey! Henry Furry, thank you for the follow. Welcome. A lot of fun stuff we're cooking up today and in the next few days. Definitely stick around if you're interested. More is on the way. So we're going to say template burns v1. And we'll go ahead and remove the paint, fill it with a blank paint, and then create a smart material with this, and then we can delete it. And the tattoos do the same thing. Template, tattoos v1. Guess we just have to delete these, but create smart material, delete it. Blood. I don't need blood right now. Actually, no, I should save it. Always interested to see people do stuff I don't have a lot of knowledge about. Well, if you stick around, you'll be sure to start absorbing some of it, because this is all I do. This is my main thing. Recently saw someone using an I pose as an A pose T pose. I've never seen that one before. I think it's Phantasy Star Online port into Resonite. What? I'm having a tough time imagining that's what that would be exactly. And we'll go ahead and create this into a smart material, the mouth template. Save. We're going to go back to our Gabo. Just arm down, straight eye. Weird. Oh, that's definitely not a pose made for baking. That confuses me a little. Oh, actually, I'm going to go back one more time, because I think the dirt layers on him also added a lot. All these little dirts and stuff. Dirts and stuff. Dirt. That's just painting, isn't it? Okay, that's fine. We'll go back. So all I did was slap him with some brushes. Toss to your friend, request and resonate. Nice, thank you. But we'll be grocery shopping for a bit before jumping in, so no rush. Will likely be available the rest of the evening. Nice. We'll get a big group coming into Resonite today, and we'll start experimenting. Oh yeah, okay. And then for the base template, I want to update toes. I want to also add fingernails for baking. Actually, just fingernails in general would probably be a really good idea on the base character. Maybe. Pretty easy to add. For baking, what does this mean? Overlay? So if we look at this avatar. Hello, Sal. Welcome back. Hello. We're doing well. See you later. Enjoy your grocery shopping, Jack. If I turn on show mesh wireframe, you can see how the mesh is simpler than like the details that we have here. And we do have a very high poly version of this character, but we don't want to use the super detailed version because there's so much geometry. So through the process of baking, we can take those extra details and save them into a texture that we then use on a simpler version of the model. So it's kind of like the best of both worlds. You get the speed, but we also get the detail. Let's start with the dirt layer. So we'll just take what's this? Curve shadow. Put this above the blend. Just call it dirt. Absolutely. Add a paint. And we'll slap on a grunge brush or dirt. Perfect. I like this one. And make it dark. A little bit of warmth to it. Now we can start painting in some dirt and stuff. Usually, I would say like creatures have like dirty hands, right? That's where you're gonna see a lot of the grime build up. It's just like, I don't know, what would be the right word for a goblin? Cave dweller? They live in the muck. This is kind of cool. It is very fun. Baking is to pre-calculate things sort of, so you can bake normal maps, light maps, animation, etc. All the kind of stuff so you can record it, bake it into the model / object wherever you want, work on. Exactly. Reminds me of Mortal Online 2 with the Thursar spots. Haha. If you've ever played the game. For some reason, it's been popping up on my YouTube a lot. I have never played it though. But suddenly I'm like getting inundated with a bunch of Mortal 2 online. Like, watch me take out this tower. All right, there we go. Just like a little bit of grime. A little bit of grime. Dirty them up. Switch to a different lighting scheme. And this should align with my camera. A little bit easier to see now. It is. It boosts your performance a lot, so your computer isn't actually calculating everything for every frame because we pre-calculated those things. Thursar are like half risers. Risers are pretty much the orc in the game's lore. Gotcha, gotcha. All right, it looks dirty. Filthy goblin. Filthy goblin. And shadow, paint. Let's switch back to our other shape. Turn down the opacity, and we're gonna darken basically the eyes and stuff. Oops. Oh, hey. Hello. Hello. Hello, Hello. Welcome. Just hope it isn't a goblin archer. Oh, there's going to be a few. We're going to do archers. We're going to do... I can't wait. I want to add one with, like, tattoos that light up when he casts spells. It'll be good. We're going to be making the good shit. Making the good shit. Always nice to see different touches to characters. Yeah, I'm hoping to have like, because I'm going to be selling these. So we'll have like a whole goblin encounter where it's like maybe 3 different versions of goblins: melee, archer, mage, and then the ogre. And we're going to put that into a Gumroad package to sell for both Resonite and for VR chat as well, and Unity, just pretty much any project. But I think I'll be able to as I make assets for the things we're going to be doing together, to kind of package them up, sell them off. Eventually, if we're all collaborating on stuff together, I would like to for people that are like working in a large capacity, we could do rev share through Gumroad for things that it's appropriate to. Man, the dogs are going crazy outside. Probably work for Mortal Online too if you send an application. That is if you're interested. The game is an Unreal Engine 5 star. Vault is their team. Not in it for the money, I'm in it for the love of the game. Personally, I do have the desire to work with companies on some level, but just based on how the industry's going, I actually feel a little safer kind of pursuing my own personal projects at the moment. But I think eventually I'd love to work, especially if like Unreal Engine, they have their asset store. Like just putting these assets on there to sell there would be good, etc. kind of thing. Dirty Goblin. Very different game. Hello, Kai. Welcome. Very different game, one of a kind. I recommend checking out. You might love it like I did. I spent over a decade on it, and I'm nearly 20 feet now. We won't be able to sell anything then. That's true. Exactly. If I work for a company, I won't be able to sell anything. So it's a mixed bag, right? It's like you got to choose what you think is going to work well for you. And right now, I think that being a self-starter is what's calling me. I'm going to turn off the symmetry for this. We'll add just like some nice chunky burns and stuff. And we'll actually put this below the dirt. Old burns. Then we'll grab our tattoos, drop it right there. Add a fill. Should have kept a template fill in here. Alpha. More room to breathe, your own terms. Exactly. Exactly. I don't mind working for companies, but I've had a lot of bad jobs over the years. I'm really excited at the idea of making stuff just for me, just for my community. A little bit of my own thing, you know? I don't think they all want tattoos. But I don't want it to be on the same spot as the other guys. So. Yeah, I think a back tattoos. Appropriate. Understandable, a lot of corporations can be very claustrophobic nowadays. Yes, yes they can. They want everything from you. Everything! Did I not get the scar template? Darn. Alright, let's step back really quick. Grab that scar template from the ogre. Kind of reminds me of Spore a little bit. You can up and down scale with tattoos, right? Just like Spore with creature parts. There's a lot. Yeah, it's very similar to like an editor of sorts. This is the one I want. Duplicate it. paint. That paint, add a new paint, drop it here. Call this template scars V1. Let's create smart material, delete it, save. But yeah, I have set up a lot of things that I'm doing here, and it's just a very modular way. And I feel like I see the pattern now for how I can use this method for pretty much any type of character. How to get to the finished result as quickly as possible. Let's switch to hand painting. Excuse me. So we'll apply like some scarification practices. There. Going through. It's like stories make a bunch of different creature parts. I should learn this. I loved playing S'more so much when I was young. I'm hoping to come out with a tutorial for this new method. I've been talking about coming out with a tutorial for my workflow for a while, but now I feel like I really do see how I'm actually gonna what my workflow really is. Which is maybe weird to say, but all right. There we go. That guy looks goblin enough, I think. Got any YouTube channels? I am Sam Dutter on YouTube, and I do stream on pretty much all platforms. So I'm streaming here on Twitch right now, and YouTube as well, and Kick and X. Shout out to those other platforms. Yeah, I'm trying to keep my branding very consistent. Sam Dutter. All right, cool stuff. I feel like that definitely looks like evil Gobbo. Gonna subscribe to you there. I rarely ever use Twitch, just started using it. Well, welcome back. I don't dislike Twitch, but I do wish it didn't feel as closed as YouTube does. Closed as a platform, I should say. All right, we're gonna add a bit more grunge to everything now. Oh, dirt. And I'm gonna paint over the, get some nice smudges on the face here. Oh. It shouldn't be overriding my paint. Should just add to it. Interesting. How do I change that? I guess I can make a new paint layer set to linear dodge. brush is not what I expected. Like a dynamic brush of some sort. Oh, I see. I put it in the wrong spot. It should be in the alpha that I'm doing. And alpha here. Okay, there we go. Concurves. There's a new wrap tool for bandages and ropes and chains. Oh, interesting. Hello, Rango. Welcome. Can you download Resonite to your Quest hardware? Do you have to upload it to your Quest? Resonite is a PC-only application. Thought I'd let you know. Yeah, definitely feel free to link that guy. Be interested. Plus one subscribe on YouTube. Thank you, Henry. Thank you. Better than curves. Oh, my ankle hurts. All right, that guy looks good. Let's go ahead and export. And we'll just reopen this goblin file. Should have a much more dirty looking goblin. Dirty goblin. Perfect. That's awesome. So cool. By the same dude, I'll always link it. Yeah, well, thank you. Specifically if that Gabo needs wraps. Oh, they will need armor. I don't think we'll work on the armor today, but I want to have like a full modular system for armor and stuff. So little tattered scraps of loincloth and stuff like that, and bones and bone weapons. Excited. I'm so excited. I feel like I just totally leveled up in the past day. Like, it's just like, oh shit, I can work this way. I haven't looked back since. We do need to give him his teeth, though. He is missing his teeth. Goblin did too much math. For a goblin, there's never too much. Needs more muscles on his butt, Sam. Give him the butt muscles. Coward. So, turn off the eye. And we'll export all of these to goblin body. Substance painter. Oh, I guess it's just in body. This will just be body. Oh, do I have the latest teeth? Yes. Yeah, that should work. I think. Go to UV editing. No, these are wrong. Balls. I think what I did rotated him like this, shrunk him down. I feel like I'm having a lot of those moments as well, but at other points, I think to myself, constantly just relearning things without actually making things. So my workflow becomes my project instead of a workflow for a project. Yeah, that is can be a difficult aspect of learning these things. It's like because it's so much effort to learn the thing, it's easy to make the thing to learn. I was looking at Overtap Samsung website. I absolutely appreciate that. Do you use a mouse for this or a drawing pad? I have both. I have a mouse on my keyboard and I have a drawing tablet in front of me. Assuming you make furry VR avatars and stuff that you commission, right? Mostly, most of my commissions are furry avatars, correct? And then we'll select this, set it to 5. Yeah, so it just depends on the kind of task that I'm doing. If I'm doing something that just requires a little more subtlety and nuance, then I'll use my tablet. But most of the time, 99% of the time, I would prefer to use my mouse, to be honest. Exported the wrong format. I think that I like drawing with a tablet, but if you're drawing with a tablet, like holding a pencil all day, that can be pretty hard on your wrist and your shoulder. You do it for years and years. I can't draw for shit, but I can draw somewhat with a mouse somehow. Lamau. Then 3D may be your thing. If you feel that you can at least plan things, what's cool about 3D work is it is a lot more about engineering things than it is relying on like performance. I sometimes even catch myself going for my mouse in sculpt mode when I was sculpting with pen. Finally! Finally. Something exciting happened, Pablo. Sorry. It's still loading. Wow. Okay. Well, we're just chilling for right now. The multi-res modifier, I mean, the scaling laws of subdivision are pretty nuts. Program crashing among us. It's just loading. It's loading. Well, hopefully it's not crashing. One day it'll load. One day. There we go. All right, so now we can go back to 2 on the subdivision level. I think that's what we want. Yeah. And then we'll re-export this one. Boom, boom. Save. Perfect. Well, it's probably the triangulate, actually. And then we'll go to mode, bake. Haven't made a cage yet. Is that imp a mousepad cover? Hey, that's not a bad idea. If you're looking for a mousepad cover, I can certainly throw it up somewhere on a mousepad. Oh, there's no high poly mesh. Wait, what just happened? Hmm. Something just went wrong. Hope I didn't lose all my work. I'll move to the pun corner, socks. Sam's got you. Meet on your website. It kind of looks like a mouse pad now. It's an avatar. Um, bam. Right about there. That's as bad as good as that's gonna get right now. Boom, 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 boom. Fake. And yeah, okay, so it kicked it out because the original material was called the anime base body. So I need to go back. You need to add one object in here. Or we'll just make the teeth do it really quick. Anime base body. Anime male base body. Interesting. Anime male base body. Okay. That's a little annoying, so it's only affecting this one. So what I'd like to do is just simply select all of these, copy them, go to the Gabo body, delete it, paste them. Perfect. And then I can go back here, set this to Gabo body, re-export. Now everything should be transferred. Perfect. Yes. Yes. It looks so good. All right. Then what we can do is take template mouth, drop it right here, actually below the shadow. No, wrong mouth. I didn't save it yet. Save, go back to the ogre. Oh, I can't wait once this is all streamlined. I'm very close to having this streamlined. I'm not there yet. Because I'll be able to like drag and drop fingernails and toenails in really easily. It's gonna be great. We got to get there first. Bam. Mouth template, mouth template. I did save it twice. Not even close. Tongue's in the right spot. Tongue is in the right spot. We need to go to Gabo here. Select these, go to UV editing, and then open the Ogre exports on. No, we can go to. Where is this? Substance Painter. No, it's in bases, human, textures. Yeah, this is it here. Yes, open this one. Oh shit, they were in the original positions. Balls. Okay. Balls. This is probably not the best way to do this. But it's what we're going to do. Yeah. One day I'll find my perfect 100% free workflow for all things, aka do everything in Blender, even development. It's coming. It's coming. I mean, there are definitely some really cool things happening with the Blender game dev. That's a little messed up, but I think we can work with it, to be honest. I'll let it be better in the future. Now he's working. But I have to move the ear, the ears. Where the heck am I going to put these? Oh boy. There's not enough space. That's no good. I don't know what else to do. I really should redo my teeth again. Oh well. Ears on butt skin. See an AI text to image creator with Luma that makes whole Blender scenes. Not that good right now, but it will only get better. I just need to get a job again so I can afford a VR headset plus full body trackers, 3 trackers as well to get an avatar commission. One of my goals, I guess you could say. Well, heck yeah. For now, I won't put in the IDE feature requests. Let them work on Grease Pencil, Secret Circuit Compositor nodes, all things. Also makes VR chat characters and allows you to upload. Interesting. Yeah, what you can upload and what's usable. We'll see what that overlap really is for those kinds of products, those kinds of AI products. Load, bake, bake again. How much are VR chats going for anyways? How much do you commission? Just curious. Usually sorry, let me wait 1 second. I generally charge around $1,200 or around $1,000. Yeah, so they can be pricey. I'm not the priciest, but I am more expensive than I would say the average. Um, I think it's a good price. Thank you, Kai. $1 million, which is a Valve Index. There's a lot of work that goes into these. I think if you try to make your own, you'll see. You will see. I'm clueless about price, but it seems like they're pretty expensive. For now, AI isn't great on AI for now, but I've seen those before, and you get some results out in some shape or form. I've been using AI. If you go back last week, I was using a decent amount of AI workflows in order to make characters really quick. It's okay. There are some. If it doesn't know of something, then you're pretty much screwed. And if you're trying to make that thing, like I was trying to make a goblin, and it just really has no idea what a goblin looks like. And so it's like, do you take the time to hope that it's eventually going to output the right thing, or do you just sink that time into making it yourself? So, some trade-offs there. Then we'll add a paint, basket, set this to multiply, and I want the shadows back on the bot. Gobble. You do buy it, you get the entire recipe yourself, right? As you can edit yourself in 3D Foley by AI. See it before you get some results of the shape or forms. Presets are saved from what you use for the avatar. It really depends. I'm not quite sure you're asking. Are you asking about the AI avatars or like one that's commissioned? Any of my commissions that people have, they're welcome to edit themselves. Avatar options are kind of tied to the platform you use / implement it on. Very true. Don't know why, but I don't see AI as a form of intelligence. It's a very low level form of intelligence. If you have the model source file in theory, you could adjust it for all engines. No, I meant commission. Oh. And those systems are certainly going to give the appearance of being smarter and smarter, which I would argue means that they're getting smarter and smarter. But I don't think everyone would agree with that take. But we're certainly going to see a lot of them in the future, the next few years or so. All right, that looks really good. AI average intellectual. Artificial incompetence. Why does AI have to be intelligent? I see it as a simple tool comparable to a shovel. I mean, I think that's a strange argument because in many senses they're already superhuman. Like even if you were a D average student, let's say a C average student, which is what AI is basically currently at, can you ingest 100,000 documents in 1 second? That's already a superhuman intellectual feat on some level. Even if it's not like the highest quality result, you can still already see how useful that would be. Reformatting things, just like really idle, low level tasks, it's going to be very good at. It's already very good at. I've used it to create quite a few scripts for me, ChatGPT and other things. I think I've found a lot of utility out of these. Not special as a human, because at the moment, Sky basically the same as this: a plus b equals c, put in variables and transform it to c. AI is just getting smarter and smarter very quickly as well. Let's see what happens in 5 years. Robots everywhere. Very useful, but nothing more than a tool. I think when you're sitting down and speaking with one in real time and it's emoting and reacting to you, that difference will get smaller and smaller every year. Sentient, you'll never be able to prove that, because you can't even prove that you're sentient or anyone around you is sentient. What's consciousness? No, like that's too vague. It's too vague. I think you just have to put it in actionable terms. Can already sound exactly. And back, we'll jump into VR, so it won't be active in chat. Sounds good, Jack. Sounds good. So it doesn't reload the files. Oh no, are they a different name now? Yeah, they would export as a different name. Ah, that's rough. Okay, so we have shading. Picture only result ChatGPT with a fully realistic human face in a Discord call, so to say. Chatbot is just fancy text predictor. It's not actually thinking of answers. It's just using complex maths to string together gibberish that humans read meaning to. I very much disagree. There's a very interesting video that I shared in the AI Steph channel on my Discord. But basically, you can teach a game to an AI that it's never seen before, and through just some simple interrogation techniques like, what does the board look like? Things like that. You can make it clear that it clearly understands the rules, clearly has some sort of mental, not visualization, but it knows what the layout of the board looks like. And these are games it hasn't played before. It's like, that is the lowest level form of generalization of intelligence. Just the ability to take what you know and transfer it to a new domain, to a new space you haven't seen before. It's like, it's not text prediction, it is compression. And it's able to compress its understanding of patterns. First, it compresses what's the meaning of a word. Then, what is the meaning of these words together? Then, what is the meta understanding of these words? And it compresses these layers and layers and keeps compressing them. That doesn't mean that it's smart in the way that we're smart. I think it's very clear that these systems have failings in ways that we don't have failings. And I think in that way, when you look at it, it's very easy to, that's just maths again. You could argue the same thing of the human brain. I'm going to play some MO too. See you around, Sam. Sounds good, Hanring. Thank you for coming by today. Looking forward to hanging out. I'll be here all tomorrow as well. It's all some Rube Goldberg machine under the hood, and so is the human brain. Overestimate human processes. I think we just want to feel that intelligence is unique. And you can already look in the world and look at things that do not resemble humans in any way, that have deep understandings of certain problems and issues, intelligence, that we don't have. Slime molds are able to solve certain problems that we struggle with. Plants, mushrooms, things that have a framework of intelligence that we actually cannot intuitively understand, because they're not an individual. They work as a group. but they also very obviously have failings in way, or there's things that they struggle, things that we take for granted that they struggle with, etc. The use of these systems really will quickly go beyond, and a lot of what we are, a lot of the problems we point at right now is with the current framework. Shrooms help me think. The problem is AI development is being pushed forward by the worst kind of grifters. They have a vested interest trying to show us something amazing. Not saying it's not great technology, but there's a lot of smoke being blown up people's butts about it. I disagree. I think hype exists, but this isn't someone trying to sell you a bridge. Like, already, without any hype, the things that we can get robots to do right now in 5 years, if AI progress stopped right now, we didn't have any new advancements, we just were able to work with what we've already achieved, factories will be totally different in 5 years. Absolutely. We will be able to automate so much just with what we have right now. And you know, the argument is, is it intelligent or not? Like, the fact that you right now, if you just give an AI enough examples of something, you can get it to do that thing, to pick up something and put it in the spot, to be able to organize things in a simple way. People say AI has been borderline sentient since the 70s. These are way different. They're very, very different machines. And what's funny is the people in the 70s were right. They had the right idea. Well, the problem is they didn't have enough compute. There was no... They developed these little neural networks, but there just simply wasn't enough processing power to really scale them up. Not sure if I linked it before, but there's a video with Free Blue on YouTube was a neural network. From there you can see how these things work. That was from 6 years ago, by the way. What if we can give psychedelic trips to an AI? I'm sure that whatever they're experiencing is pretty psychedelic anyway. Okay, we've updated the ears. I don't need the ambient occlusion, but for some reason it's not there. Where is this exporting? Goblin body. That's where I am, right? It says player goblin body. Should be right. Did I not export then? Or no, it must not have just updated. Ogre. Gobble. Did I update the ears of the version that we're baking? I moved them here, but did I move them here? I did. There. And in here, they're right there. So I should have the latest version. Export again. Ooh. Like, just to go back to the comment of like, oh, it's outputting gibberish. It's like, if it was just outputting gibberish, then it would actually not be useful in any way. But you can already use it to gain insights into your code base, generate scripts for you, things that are adapted to your project, your personal project. AI has no internal world. It does not wonder. It gets input and generates output. You ask it what its favorite music is and give you a computed answer. It will not think and feel the answer. It'll give you what it calculates as the most correct output you want. Does not have a self. I don't think it needs a self to be intelligent. I don't think intelligence requires that. And there's a lot of examples in the natural world that's when I was mentioning mushrooms, fungus, trees, and things like that. Those exhibit intelligence, very direct intelligence. But could you argue that they have a sense of self? I really doubt it. The cells in your body, like, not entirely true. We do not have the power to let it wonder, so to say. It would not be a self per se. And you can have it ruminate, like you can create these iterative cycles of having it think. Still not loading in the latest ear. Why? I just exported again. And let's make sure I am exporting to this folder right here. We go to Blender and shading, open. Yeah, okay, so here we go. This is what I was expecting, to have two chunks, which means now we can select the anime ones and delete them. And then in our this one, we'll switch it to the Gabo, so it's the base color. Good, there we go. Metallic. Normal. This should be smoothness. There we go. Cool. Except that there's a line right here now. Why would that be? Gabo, gabo, gabo. Even ant colonies have individuals. You have lazy ants that shirk work just to chill. On a whole, they work as a cohesive unit, but at individual levels, you have variations. So then, yeah, and you could argue that you can just keep drilling that argument down. It's like, you know, does each neuron in your body think as an individual? I don't think that's the right meta. Like, it's just a perspective that I don't think. Like cells in a body, mushrooms, fungus, those kinds of things. Those are like your cells in your body have intelligence. Do they have a brain? No. like straight up don't have a brain, but they are obviously have some sort of intelligence. They know what things to attack, this and that. So I think the idea of individuality is a prerequisite for intelligence. I don't think it's true. The mind-living neural network combined with the whole body as a chemical factory is far more complex than people give it credit for. Intelligence without think or consciousness. And I'm just saying that you can create intelligent behaviors without something knowing that it's a thing. But there might be benefits to it. Knowing giving it a sense of self. I think those are already exhibiting benefits in a lot of tests and papers that have come out recently. Why this right here? Is that just my normals? Go to texture. No. My fake here is weird. Oh, I see. Should be non-color. Yes, there we go. Oh. Ooh. But yeah, I think my personal perspective on consciousness is that it's not necessarily something that's, I don't think it's unique to intelligence. I think consciousness is probably suffused through every aspect of the world, and certain constructs like a body give rise to a sense of self, but everything experiences on some level, even computer chips. Whether or not it's conscious or animal life, that's a totally different argument. But either way, we're definitely going to make AI, we're absolutely on the path to creating things that, whether or not they are intelligent, they're going to reach a point where we will not be able to know. That it will feel very much like a person. AI starts to wonder when it starts looking at beauty, gets creative, or have general feelings. You have a point, but right now it's a fancy calculator. Feed and prompt, get out result. That's not intelligence. You just described 99% of humanity. I think that if you want such a cut and dry box to put things in, you'll be disappointed how easily you can put humans into that box too. But again, I'm not disagreeing that companies are going to overhype things. That's in their nature. But the idea that these systems lack merit and are not inherently not useful, I don't knee jerk that way. They won't let us know, I guess. It's listening. There we go. Oh yeah, nice little shadows right there. Tasty. Tasty shadows. All right, so we've got the teeth done. We've got the lips done. I would like to add on the teeth a little bit of yellow stain because it's nasty. Nasty stain. And I think that's about it for the most part. Okay, save. And let's go ahead and export again. And then we want to figure out how to bake the eyes and get everything into Resonite. We don't need Photoshop open. Damn, it looks so good. It looks so good. Actually, let's make a backup copy, which we'll call painting version. Should have made that for another one. Painting version. Not saying they're useless. It's credible technology that can use for so much good. Making new medicines to detect cancer cells before current test methods. Credible implications towards artificial limbs, workaround process. It's all worth looking at, but it's not a person. Not yet. Yeah, I agree with you there. I just don't think that. I think in my mind it was just the argument: does intelligence require being a person or being like an individual? That's my only the only thing I disagree with. But is it a person right now? No, I totally don't think it is. I just don't think it's required. I don't think individuality is required to create deep intelligence about certain things. But yes, you're 100% correct that they are not people right now. All right, I think we're gonna bake the multi-res now. Oh darn, we missed the mouth cavity. My cat loves staying up in the evening during sunset. He was a person. Oh yeah, I think animals, any animal intelligence. I think you could argue that obviously fish, various forms of plant, not plant life, but like sedentary life also exhibit in like self. But I do think that there are forms of life right now that, again, I don't think they have a sense of individual in like a on the level of interacting with the world. Maybe as like individual cells, perhaps, but even that would be a very they don't have nervous systems, so I think there's things there that there's frameworks of consciousness that don't necessitate personhood. I think we as humans put too much emphasis on intelligence. Germs have been fighting their wars for survival since long before we were around. Fair. All right, we'll apply it here. Some of my favorite sci-fi people are androids, AI holograms, Borg, etc. There's a really interesting concept, Legion, as well. I loved that show. Excuse me. So I forgot to include on the mouth template the mouth. So I want to grab it here, this, but then remove the face again. So that should have given us the mouth. Yes, it did. And then we can turn on gradient here. That should be all we need for this. Replicators are the worst. That's kind of my fear. Hello, Nab. Welcome. Indeed, we are working on a Gabo. But hello, welcome. So I'm not gonna harump Compooper is never alive. I'm just saying we still have a long way to go before they are. My argument is just that we're gonna see massive gains in our ability to do certain things and automate certain things long before consciousness is a concern. Like, are they alive? I think by the time we're really asking, like, are these systems alive, we'll already have hit some really interesting milestones in terms of the capability of those systems. Unlike me, biblically accurate goblin. Oh, Johnny Five as well, my first fave robot person. Still remember Marvin, the android. Is it Marvin from Hitchhiker's Guide? In a soft spot. But yeah, look at this dirty goblin. Dirty goblin. The mouth better be working. Yes. Look, show me those dirty twofers. Awesome. Okay. This is someone's character. This is going to be an avatar I'll be selling along with making a goblin. I'm hoping to start making really cool D&D experiences in Resonite. Also VR chat, but Resonite's going to be my main platform. So I've made some ogres, I've made a goblin, and we're going to give them some weapons, and I'll do an encounter sometime soon with them. But my hope is to start bringing in chat into the VR space so we can do cool RP stuff. So you're totally welcome to that. It'll be a while till I think we're really in the rhythm of it, but we're fast approaching. We're getting there much faster than I thought we would. You do a PvP, less PvP in the sense of like VR chat and more like turn-based stuff. But yes, I'd be down for PvP as well. That might actually be really, really fun. And we'll add this to mirror. Combine. Everything's part of the body now, except the auto eye, which we need to rig. Actually, I need to bake the eye before I combine it. If I don't combine it beforehand, things will get bad. Also want vertex group. Fine. Control P, empty groups. IL. Assign. I should add the auto I. Need to add the auto I to my character. Oh, this is my old sketchbook. This is my new sketchbook right here. Okay. Auto I needs to be added to the base. Update toes, add fingernails, auto I, perfect. Okay. Like some can choose like to be the bad guys, some of the good guys. Yes, absolutely. I 100% want that. I would love to have some of you be little goblins running around. Use a voice mod, could be cool doing the ogre voice. I'm 100% behind that. I want it. I want it so bad. That's not a bad wireframe, but it is on a subdivision. So I'm gonna get rid of the subdiv. How much is this alone? Ooh, 6,000? Yeah, okay. We'll definitely have to turn that down. That's too much. That's a little too much. Cornea mask. Okay. I think that's fine. High def vision though. It is quite high definition, and we need to figure out how to bake this the eyeball. Show me how to make the eyeball. I believe it's just image texture. Okay, let's look it up. Auto eye.
In this tutorial, we will see how to bake maps from clicking on Add again and with the camera selected, management in Filmic for now. Start the render preview and connect the color map on the material output. Repeat this process, click on the render tab and change the render engine to Eevee. Leave the color management in Filmic for now. Start the render preview and connect the color map on the material output. Repeat this process on each material slot.
Interesting.
Hit F12 on your keyboard to have your color map baked. Click on Image, Save As, and choose the folder of your preference.
Is that how it wants us to do that, or is that just how he's doing it? Oh yeah, save the documentation, resources, under add-ons, auto I. Let's go ahead, 7-zip it, extract it to auto I. Gotcha. Then it must be in here. Sorry, 1 second. I'm going to log into my account. I have to do some verification. Bada boom. View order. Download the documentation. There we go. Okay. So Poopalary. Poopalary. How to use it doesn't go over baking. Wonderful. Bake setup dot blend.
In this tutorial, we will use the white map solution practice. Now let's enter the camera view by clicking on View, Cameras, Active Camera. 6. After that, start the header data editor. Click on the header object going on the Output tab and change the value of the bake shape key to 1.
Ah,
Split the
funny.
viewport and change the editor type to the shader editor. Click on the render tab and change the render engine to Eevee. Leave the color management in Filmic for now. Start the header preview and connect the color map on the material output. Repeat this process on each material slot. Hit
Gotcha.
F12 on your keyboard to have your color.
Okay. I see. So we need to make a brand new file. And actually, no, they already have a file for us. Bake setup.blend. So this goes, I'm gonna add it right here, but I'm gonna copy it. Copy. Go to 2024, avatars, bases. We'll make a new folder for eyes. And here we'll make a folder for Blender. And paste. And this will be auto eye baker. Auto eye baker. Perfect. We'll save our file here. Save. Close this. I didn't need to close the file explorer. Eyes. Eyes. I'll sit down now. But this will be cool because then I'll be able to swap out eyes very easily, which is super exciting. And I think in the future, I won't use the auto eye at all in my scenes. Cool. Yeah. And so then we'll go to the main one. I'll basically have an eye generator file, which is cool. I actually really dig that. Pupillary. Then we go here to the shape keys. Oh. I should have saved this. I actually should have saved this as its own version. So auto I baker underscore goblin would have been the right thing to do. We'll have to overwrite the main one, but a little later. Rusty eye. What changes are cornea? Perfect. Because I was hoping to make them look kind of gross. Oh, that's so cool. All right. Eyeballs. Ah. Okay, so now I can just render these out. And we'll go ahead, go to our file here, up one, make a folder for textures, make a goblin folder, and we'll call this I underscore goblin underscore 01 A. Render animation. Cool. Then we can go back to our main goblin file. Last test is tomorrow and a live fire cyber event on Wednesday. And then I graduate. So fucking ready to be done with this place. Hey, let's go. Let's go. So 3 days away from graduation, or next Wednesday. So a week away from graduation. That's super exciting. Oh, well, congrats, Shatter. Sounds you've been working hard for it. So definitely feel proud of what you've accomplished. We're gonna steal back our old eyeball. I take that back. Go back to here. Don't save changes. We'll just make a new UV sphere. UV sphere. S.1, 90. Mew. Shade smooth. And then here, we will select the seam. Grab the very front. Do U project from view bounds. Take this, pin the edges, and do 0.8 S.99. You should sell your goblin model to Battle Talent, lol, or make it a mod to replace their goblin model. They look great. Well, thank you, Shatter. I appreciate that. I'm so pleased with how this character is coming out. And my ogre too. I don't know if you've seen the ogre yet. I'll show you the ogre in just a moment. I'm leveling up. I am leveling up. I'm very excited by that. And soon we'll all be leveling in D&D. Let's make a new Gobbo I. And then we'll open up image texture. Open. Avatars, bases, eyes, textures, goblin. Ooh. All right. So a little bit too big, it seems. Well, unless I want a really, really starey goblin. What's the best way to handle that? I actually kind of feel like I should have put the seam back here. Oh, middle. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, that looks great. There's probably a nicer way to smooth this out, but I don't know what that is. And it looks fine to me, so. Dope. Dope. That's very simple. Then I can go to vertex groups, should have parented with empty groups. Oh, I'm getting hungry, y'all. I'm getting so hungry. Alrighty. Body's fine. Yes, for the eyeballs, I do want this to be added. Boom, boom, boom. Then we can combine the eyeballs, so it's just body. Oops. Which actually, I'll probably light the mirror first. Then we can combine. Hello, Australia. Welcome back. Hey, Sam, fast question. You have a list of parameters What are used for HTC Vive face tracker? Ooh, I need to follow up with that guy regarding their face tracking. But face tracking, so generally the one I've been using has been this VRC face tracking templates. I don't have personal experience using the HTC Vive face tracker, but this GitHub links to a few important pieces of information. So first is this VRC face tracking website or other GitHub. This is like the main one. Jerry just has some really good templates to get you going. So when you're actually integrating it into Unity, they have some nice templates. But basically, this website here kind of goes over, this is probably your best starting point for gathering information on how to set it up. It goes over the parameters you'd expect, and then the Jerry has the templates you'd want. I would definitely save those links. But it is a decent amount of work, but hopefully that'll get you on solid ground pretty quickly. But generally there's this software you'll end up downloading that guide goes over, and they have separate modules for them. So you get the module for your face tracker, and then it sends data to VRChat that the Jerry's template uses. That's probably sounds pretty complicated already, but hopefully going through that guide will assist. The rest I know how it's working. Gotcha. So yeah, if you have everything else working, then it should be one of these modules here. If you already have everything else set up, you want to get one of these modules, and then make sure you're using one of the templates, because this package has, if you're using SR Anipol, which I think is what HTC uses, or the Unified Expressions, you would not be using ARKit, but SR Anipol or Unified probably is what you're looking for. All right, and speaking of, we can go ahead and bake this guy's general expressions. Second question, I got AutoRig Pro. How to set up anime eyes for it? I mean, they are flat, not round. So you may need to create a custom bone setup for your flat eyes, your hollowed out eyes. Generally, it works the same-ish, but usually when I'm doing flat eyes or kind of the hollow eye look, I'll just create a separate bone. I'll keep the eyelids the same, but I'll create a separate bone to control the floating pupil, and then just move that around manually. But I do like having the rig work with the eyelids for blinking and stuff like that. All right, he looks good. And we've got everything in. We've got the eye texture set up, body. We just baked some, or we're just about to bake some expressions. So now we should have some very basic things. No, we don't, because there's no animation. So I need to do this, which we can rename to Facial Animations Gabo. Let's see how those look. Perfect. Right off the bat, we got something good. Last question. If SmartRigs just makes something wrong moving, I just need to correct weight paint on the bones. What's controlling this, correct? So there's two parts to it. First is making sure your bone is in the right spot. If your bone is in the wrong spot with AutoRig Pro, you select it. Let me go to layout here. You can select the rig. go to Auto Rig Pro, and then they have this Edit Reference Bones option. So when I click that, I can adjust the positioning to my heart's content. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and adjust the shoulders here because I prefer them to be flat. Your hand bones, etc. You can adjust quite a few things here. If everything looks good, you just hit match to rig, and it'll bring back the control rig. And everything should still be working at that point. But then other than that, yes, you'll have to go in and adjust the weight painting. There's no such thing as a perfect weight paint. You just kind of make do with what it gives you at the start and then edit it as much as you can. Actually, I did notice that some of the foot rigs had this, which I think would actually make for much better bending feet. Okay, cool. So he's looking good. And we should have all the textures set up so that they're going to get baked into the FBX. For this guy, we do want to go to the ogre and adjust his eyeballs. Get rid of the auto eye as much as we like it. We do want to an eyeball. Paste the eye. Just want this eyeball. That's a size difference. That's cool. I was hoping they'd have a really large size difference, and they do indeed. Can I add custom bones to it? Absolutely. If I need extra, for example, on ears, head, etc., I want to bury a blade into that thing. I got so bad. Evil. So I would recommend taking a look at the Auto Rig Pro documentation. But if you search custom bones in here, it's going to tell you how to set them up. So we'll take that right here and I'll paste that in chat. But basically, the easiest way, first you want to add the bones when you're in the control rig mode. So you don't add them in the, unless it's like a tail or one of the predefined limbs that Auto Rig Pro has. Like for example, I added this hair earlier and I added it on this layer back here. So it's kind of hidden. But now I have the ability to move the hair and stuff. Very cool. Give a little ponytail action. But what was I going to say? Yes. So you have to add them on their own layer. You want to make sure that they are parented to the appropriate bone or childed. So if I turn on relationship lines, you can see that the ponytail is a child of the head bone. And then next, most importantly, is how you name the bones. If you name them CC underscore and then the name of the bone you want, then they'll automatically get included in the export, which is very important. You have to make sure that you have to let AutoRig Pro know that you want to export this bone. And that's what this section goes over here. Delete all shape keys. Thanks again. Absolutely, absolutely. It's a decent amount to it, but it's not too bad. It can be rough in some ways, but it's not too bad. Damn, he looks cool. They all look really cool. I'm super excited by this. I'm gonna make some very fun encounters, y'all. I can't wait to make a dragon. That's gonna be the best. We have not combined the hair, though. Make sure our rig's working again. So satisfying. Got a little too much weight on the top of the head. Still got too much influence on the other side, which means that my edits did not get translated over. And this one's rotated. How do you select bones in weight paint mode? Trick question. Very carefully. If you're actually asking, I can share, but I use control plus left click. Well, in bone selection, weight paint mode took me again ages to relearn things from 4 to 4.1. Hello, Nammers. Welcome. You caught us just before lunch, but welcome. You get a witness our progress. Witness. He's looking mean. Look at him. His hair's a little funky, but we're learning that. It'll take a while to get the hair right, I think. But yeah, it's looking ogreish. I really have been enjoying adding all these little scars and stuff. We'll get quicker adding these things, but looking good. All right, now we need to figure out the hair. Because how did you do the hair or hair tools add? It is the hair tool add-on. So I just made some like general shapes and then it created some curves around it automatically and added the texture. And it looks pretty good. It's a little thin, which I don't think I mind. I think the only thing that bugs me about it is how it connects to the scalp, but I think I'll be able to figure out a better way for that. Yeah, he's looking good. Mean. He's a mean guy. I haven't messed with that tool yet myself. I think for this workflow, it's going to be really nice. In general, I have struggled with it, though. I feel like usually not quite sure what it wants. Like, do you want it this way or that way? And it's like, well, can you tell me? I don't know. See, I want it, want it right here. And I do finalize hair, and it does that. So I need to do... Oh. Could just add a more solid front plane part with the same texture, I guess, for the scalp. Yeah, it needs something to fill in the gaps you can see through it. So your vision doesn't go all the way through the hair. Hair is hard. It's hard. If I move that, it does this. If I move that, it looks like that. See, the issue of these UVs here. Well, okay. Why don't I remove this? Then combine, will it work? No, it still does that. Why does it do that? There. Okay, we can just redo this. So I will go ahead and just combine it directly with the body. Make sure to select the hair. They call him the thinning mountain. If only if you use the wrong conditions / shampoo, it's hard. Mine's silky smooth. I'm bald for CGI reasons. I used to have shoulder length hair, but that was a while ago. Quite a while ago. All right, not terrible here. Okay, that was definitely not the way this program wants me to do it, but I am gonna do it that way because I'm lazy. I had to cut off the ponytail to got to be way too much work. Yeah, every time I start growing, like every now and then my beard will grow and pretty heavily. And I just realized after a while, it's like, this is just too much going on. I just don't want to maintain this. I'm not going to maintain this. So I should probably get rid of it now. All right. Looking good. I think I really love how the blood came out. It's a little splitter. Splitter splatter. Splatter splitter. Cool. I'm gonna make a new scene. Delete this. And save it here. And I'm gonna say Goblin Brew. Save. Then we're gonna do file, link. Actually, before I do that, go back to Gabo, select our rig, miscellaneous, set character name. We'll call this Goblin 01. Save. How many towns has he devastated? Too many. He must be stopped. In the name of the law. Yeah. Ogre. One. Then we do file, link. File, link. Oh, big boy. Cool. Can't wait to add armor to them. It's going to be awesome. All right. Good stuff. Save it there. And I think this is a good point for us to go ahead and end the morning stream. I will be back very soon because I'm quite excited about getting into the rest of this. When we get back, we're gonna do a quick test getting them into Resonite, just seeing how they look, doing some quick setup, and then we'll do. And then I probably will start on the weapons. No, start on the armor. Start on the armor for them. And we'll kind of go from there, yeah. Namers cry. No, don't cry, Namers. Have a nice break. I will, Arctic. Same to you. Thank you all for hanging out this morning. Namers, Snardum, Arctic. Who else came by? Shatter. A lot of people. Estrella. Sky. I'm just scrolling back here, seeing who was chatting. Kai, Henry, Jack. I hope you're all having an amazing day. A lot of people to shout out. Streams have been getting super busy lately. It's about to get a whole lot busier once we're actually doing the D&D stuff. We're getting so close, y'all. Have a good one. I will see you later, Sam. Looking forward to it. Me too. Blender had me there for a bit. Distractions. Me too. I'm trapped inside Blender. Let me out. But thank you all for hanging out. I will see you all very, very soon. If you haven't yet, definitely hit that follow and subscribe because you should. See you all in just a little bit. Bye, everyone.